Look at this snow hill. We are on the top of a mountain. Welcome to the mountains of Alaska in the middle of December. And surprisingly, there is no snow. I'm gonna show you some of the craziest features that you're ever going to see from a car, and they all happen to be cars from China. I've been here for a day and a half now, and these cars are special. I came all the way up here with a company called Dcar that does all kinds of reviews on cars, and they said, hey, we've got the best cars you can get from China. We're gonna bring them to Alaska. We're gonna do winter testing, and this is one of the best cars I've ever driven. So the sun just came up, and it's only going to be up for a couple of hours before it sets, and it doesn't even go up across the sky. It just kind of like peaks up above the mountain and then goes down. But it is really cool seeing all of these small planes right here. This is like a tank car. It's like a Land Rover Discovery, and this one is very cool. This is like the off-road beast, and it does something pretty awesome. It can do a tank turn. Yeah! We got snow, we got ice on the ground, we've got studded tires. They're like, we like cool stuff. Our customers like cool stuff. Let's put it in there. Now you've seen this with the G-Wagon. It does the G-turn. We've done that many times. You push the button, it spins around, I think 3 times, and it stops. And it has to be a very flat surface. If it's not flat, if it's too slippery, it just won't even do it. This thing right here, it's just a feature that you have in a car. We just did it on ice. We thought we had to go to some parking lot. All right, I wanna see how this thing works from the inside. Oh, look at the leather. This is luxury. Look at the pillows on this. Woo, little TV screen. Oh, did you see that? He drew a circle around it, and that's what enabled it. All right, we're spinning around in a circle on an icy parking lot in Alaska. You can tell that the different wheels are adjusting. So if we were on just a clean asphalt surface, then it would be very good at just going in a perfect circle. But the traction control is reading what the ground feels like, and it's shifting and changes. So we're kind of going forward and backwards a little bit. This is an airplane hangar, and some of the cars are inside of here. So they told me I could open it up. All right, open it up. They're gonna open the hangar now. That was, well, okay. Yeah, we're gonna speed this part up in the edit. All right, let's step inside of the hangar. So we have a few of the cars inside of here. They buy the cars with cash, they bring them up here, and they do unbiased reviews of all these cars. They push them to the limits. They drove these things all the way from Anchorage up to the north part of Alaska. One of the cars rolled off of the snow and rolled and crashed, but it's all right. He told me we could say that.
You can say.
Why not?
It's not something public.
I think, no, I mean the video, when the video goes live, you guys are gonna show it, because he said he filmed it.
So he told you that?
He showed me the pictures of it.
Oh, who?
I'll just film it, and then if it's not allowed to be in there, we'll take it out. And that's the cool thing. They crashed the car, but the car company is gonna be like, maybe they're not happy that the car crashed, but it doesn't matter, because this is a company that does reviews, so that's what I like. Now, when it comes to cars, we've got a few that are inside of the hangar. One of them you might recognize, the only Chinese car that I've ever driven before. The Li Auto L9. We published a video a few weeks ago with this car, and it blew my mind. Around $60,000, and you get some of the most amazing features. It took me very many times to learn how to speak Chinese enough to be able to do it, but I did it. There's video proof. Li Sang Tong Shu, Li Sang Tong Shu, Li Sang Kong Shu. I butchered it. Li Sang Kong, I can't do it. Li Sang Tong Shu.
你好。
Open the window.
2排右车窗正在开启。
This is the Nio ET5T, and it is a very nice car. It has 422 miles range, all electric. But one of the things that I love about this that you definitely don't see in America, battery swapping. Imagine this, you are on a road trip across America. You pull up to the battery swapping spot, bam, and then it loads another one in, bam, and then you just continue. 5 minutes. Like, how amazing would that be? That is a feature that we don't have in America that would be super nice if we had in America. You can buy this car and pay a lot less for the car, but it comes without a battery. I know you're asking, why would you buy a car without a battery? Well, you save a bunch of money, and then what you can do is you can just go and get batteries from the battery swapping place, and it's almost like you're renting to have the battery for that month. The Nio car, really, really nice. We might need to get inside of it, but that's the feature about it that I think is amazing that we don't have in America. And it's like a hatchback. Like, it's kind of like a wagon a little bit. So you got extra room for storage back in there. Good look to it. I really like this car. I like it. I like you, Nio. And I can't say Neo without thinking about Neo from The Matrix. I love that movie. We only have a few hours of sunlight, so we brought a few of the cars out here. This entire field behind me is full of airplanes, and what it seems like is the pilots sit around in the dark all night long and all morning and even in the evening, and then they have this like 2 hours of opportunity where they're like, I'm gonna go fly my small plane. Maybe this is not true, but I've heard that being a pilot in Alaska is one of the deadliest places that you can be a pilot in the world. This car is beautiful, and it's called Zeekr 001. You know, like 007 James Bond. I've never seen a key like this before. You can push buttons on the key and move the car. The design on the front is kind of like a Porsche to me. I love it, but more futuristic with the headlights. It has doors that you just barely touch the button and it opens for you. And not just the front like the Tesla, but also the back door. It automatically opens. Let's see if I can shut it with a button. I just shut it with a button. There's only one Tesla that has opening and shutting doors, and it's this one right here, the Tesla Model X, and that's because it has gull-wing doors, which are kind of like the crazy doors, but this is just a sedan wagon looking thing, and the doors open for you. All right, tech inside of the vehicles. The first thing is, my wife does not like the sun. She is from here in Alaska, and it doesn't get very sunny. We live in southern Utah right now, which is the desert, and it is blue skies. We have maybe 20 days a year that's cloudy. She's had the Tesla Model X for about 6 years now, and the thing that she didn't like about it was the windshield and how far it came up. Most people love that, but she does not like to have the sun. Up here on the screen, you can choose which areas you want to be tinted or not tinted. Just go right back over them. What if we just wanted one little shade? And now we look up and look at that. All right, run your finger across it again a couple times. Let's see what that looks like. This is what it looks like completely untinted. It took a little longer than I thought. Still really cool tech. It's not instantaneous like the Rivian where it gets cloudy really quick. Boom, all the way tint. Now watch, see, we got a timer on screen. Let's see how long it takes. I would say it's all the way tinted now. Would you say that, Ben?
Yeah.
Choose just one panel. Let's watch how fast it goes untinted. Oh, that happened actually really quick. There's a lot of things with cars, especially luxury cars, that they just do it even though it doesn't make sense. It's just a luxury item. Oh, maybe it wasn't all the way dark. Look at it now. This is so dark and that is so clear. Oh, that's legit. All right, we're gonna play a little game here. You're gonna have to guess, what is the price of the Zeekr 001? The first feature that I wanna show you is this. You can take these switches right here and control this seat right here in front of you. So I push these buttons and I can just move the seat. Hopefully there's nobody inside of it. But if it is somebody that you don't like, you can just push them forward. So the thing that I like about that switch is that it's just as big as the window switch. The window switch is kind of funny because it's just as big as the button to move the seats forward. That's probably a little bit of a design fail. Like people all the time are probably accidentally pushing that forward. And then the window is right there that goes up and down. Little design fail, but still, I appreciate that I can do that. Now the next one, push this button. This is luxury. This feels a bit like a Mercedes S-Class. The third feature that I'm gonna show you about this car that I think will help you in deciding the price and shows you a little bit of an idea of what Chinese cars have. There's a few modes down here. The cleaning mode. Look at that, all of those different things. Ben, what are those like green marks? What is this doing?
It's making sure the doors are shut, the windows are shut, the front, the trunk and the front, the charging, the doors locked. So the AC and stuff, it's just making sure the car is ready for a car wash.
Okay, but the weird thing is, it looks like it's a dozen eggs. Why is it a dozen eggs? What does the sign for car wash look like eggs? That looks like eggs. Is that not eggs?
It's actually a sponge.
A sponge?
Yeah.
I thought it was a dozen eggs. I'm like, put it in egg mode. I'm guessing that one's camping mode. See what it does. So I use this in a Tesla all the time. I love that other cars are doing it, but you have camp mode, you'll be able to recirculate the air, keep the doors locked, and also turn off the screen. Very important things to have. Pillow mode. Pillow mode, engaged.
座椅调整中，请注意后排座椅人或物品安全。
Look at pillow mode. Ben is about to take the best nap of his life.
Good night.
There he goes. Oh, all the way down. All right, now he's taking a nap. And if you look on the screen, it is dark right now. It's like nighttime. Oh, what's that noise? 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. That's pretty quick. All electric car, the range. My Tesla Model S Long range gets me 405 miles range when I first got it. It's dropped down to like 360. I've driven at 100,000 miles. But the range for this Zeekr 001, 438 miles range. That's a pretty big battery. What's your price guess? Well, I'm about to tell you you're wrong. It's $45,700 for this car. $45,700, automatic door. This car is a steal of a deal. But to see some of the ultimate in tech inside of a vehicle, we're gonna go to a car that is even nicer than this one that has more features. Goodbye. Alaska, Alaska, Alaska. This car ranges from $15,000 to $23,000, and it is a fully electric car. Now the $15,000 is the two-wheel drive, and then the all-wheel drive is around $23,000. I drove for 100 miles inside of this car today, and I can tell you, you cannot get a car with this many features and this nice in that price range inside of America. This is called the iCar 03. The front of the car has a really cool boxy design that's kind of futuristic with the lighting. And then on the rear, it has this giant box right here. Let's see, what do we got? You just got a 10 kilogram limit storage space in the back of this. The door handles kind of remind me of the Rivian when you open it this way, and then inside, clean, sleek. The steering wheel is high quality feeling leather on it. It does have a heads-up display in here, which shows you what the range is left. And then the touchscreen. Have you ever seen a Jeep Commander? I'm gonna throw that on screen right here. It's not gonna be something like a Jeep Wrangler that is really capable off-road, but it's something that on-road you're going to drive, and it has some all-wheel drive capabilities off-road. That is what this car is like, but it's a futuristic version of that. The Jeep on the inside with all of the buttons are super old and weird looking. Everything is in Chinese, which is also tricky. But inside of the iCar, you have the screen that has pretty good graphics on it. Shows you we've been running the battery low today. The mountain terrain mode. Oh, what the heck? Why is it like a slurpy, sludgy sound? I guess that's like a swamp mode. I don't know when you're gonna be riding in a swamp, but that's what that is. Ooh, the racing mode. It does have heated seats and cooled seats for a car that's $14,000. Infinity speakers built inside of this. There's a button to open the door. That's how you open it. It has wood on the side of it. Nice leather two-tone colors on here. The heated and cooled seats, the leather is perforated and nice. It has 2 seats in the back, 4-seater, smaller car. The battery capacity is 69 kilowatt hours. You can charge from 30 to 80% in 30 minutes. The company that makes this car is called Chery with 1 R inside of it, but it is the top Chinese exporter of vehicles, going to 80 countries around the world selling their cars. And yeah, I can tell that this is made by a competent manufacturer because it is one of the nicest compact cars, lower budget cars that I've ever been in. It even has lights on the side right here, look at that. And then down here, some nice lighting on the inside. Look at that, a moonroof. Oh, and it even opens a little bit. All the way, it opens all the way. I probably should shut this before it rains or snows here. And then in the back, some good room for storage. $14,000 to $23,000 or $24,000. If this was in America for $15,000 and you could get a car that has over 300 miles range, an electric car, I mean, this would dominate. Everybody would buy this. These 2 cars are more luxurious. This is the Yangwang U8 or U8, whatever it is that we just saw the tank turn. But this one, Mercedes Maybach. You've seen the Maybach before. That is what I compare with this. It actually has the color, the paint colors on it. Aito is the name or the brand of this car that looks like the Maybach, and it's the N9. One of the amazing things here is, well, these headlights are Huawei Pixel lights, and they are called matrix lights. You can take these lights and they can turn things into pictures or movies, and you can use it as a projector. And it has a tech feature inside that'll kind of blow your mind.
I don't have any change.
Oh, okay, sorry. Look at this luxury life in here.
I am getting massaged and heated right now.
There's like 30 cars out here.
Foot massage.
And
also, yeah.
Foot massage too.
To give you an idea, this group Dcar brought 3 influencers out here, 3 sets of influencers, and all of them right now are in this car. That should tell you that this is the most luxurious vehicle in here. Rich is fully reclined right now. This seat is down in the front. Like I said, it's like a Maybach. He's all the way laying down.
These are heated. I could have air-conditioned seats. I could have heat, and I could have massaging.
Look up here. This is something that you don't see in a lot of cars. Like I've literally seen in 0 cars. There's a projector, like at a movie. right here, and then you have the screen
You
here.
gotta try this. You gotta get it.
I do think it's interesting, like, so you can see on the side, the whole seat moves from there over this way. Ni hao. Rich was enjoying it and was nice enough to let me in. First of all, I can't get in here. I'm gonna have to scoot something back or forward. What the heck? Okay, we're gonna, is it this one? All the way down. Okay, so this chair is going forward, a lot like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach edition. It is for a president, it is for a celebrity. It goes down and then it sucks it into the place where your legs would go. Little extra room. There's so much room inside of here right now. Lay down bed, I'm guessing it's that one. Wow, okay, my legs are a little long, so.
Yep.
Seats are about to get dirty.
So it's your size, man.
That's a pillow. It was designed for that.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it nice?
That is actually really nice. I was wondering why it was so high, and now it makes kind of sense because it goes up and lets you drop down above that seat. Oh, that's nice.
Mhm.
Can you imagine road tripping this bad boy?
Oh, I would. That's the only way I want to travel.
Here we go. Look at this screen. Luxury.
Back.
Boom. And it's a touchscreen. No, it's not. It's not a touchscreen. Name that price. You need to guess the price of this. I'm going to tell you in a minute. You get to see the features. This luxury bed that you're laying down on. A projector inside of here. A ginormous projector. Like, I can't even see the road in front of me. It's like you're in a limo and you're just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you, driver, anymore. And you like push the button and it comes down and they're just like stuck in the front. Huawei sound. I don't know if it's good or not, so you can be the judge of that. Huawei is not allowed to be in America. The government says absolutely not. But I bet Huawei sound is good. Their phones seem pretty good. The pillows on the chairs, which make it even more comfortable. You have all of these options. Heated, cooled, massage seats. One of the most annoying features of a car in China is the window is up. If you want it to go down, you would think you would push it down and that would make it go down. Down, down, down. But no, you are going to take it and push it up and it goes down. You push it down and it goes up. I don't get it. Rich, your name is Rich. This car is for a rich person.
That's correct, yeah.
Can you tell me what the price is of this vehicle?
I don't even know how.
Okay.
I don't know.
I do.
Oh, you know the price.
So the price is 75K.
75K.
75.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty good. $75,000. Unlike hybrids in America, in America, you have two different motors, the drivetrains that work with it. This just has an electric motor. So the four-wheel, all-wheel drive electric motor, but then you have this giant generator in the back that you put gas into, and it runs and it recharges the batteries that then you use for the electric car wheels drive. So up here on the dashboard, you have a really interesting little thing that is a little confusing. It's a little strange that it's up there on the car, but apparently this is part of the sound system and it has LED lights that are going on here, and maybe it projects the sound back towards you. I think it's just a branding thing so that people know the sound system. It's just like, oh, look at me, I'm fancy. Yeah, this is the nicest car here. That's amazing, but I'm not gonna just sit in here all day because we are burning daylight. Look at that. Just the airplanes just crossing the road like it's nothing. What? Now up here with the winter testing, some of the things have failed and don't work anymore. Like this car. This is probably the most popular car here. I'm guessing I've seen a lot about it online because it does do that four-wheel turn in a circle. Plus the inside of it is just ultra luxurious, but this car is broken. The generator part of it does not work. They did a range test. They were driving it up north, really pushing this vehicle, and something happened. They don't know exactly what, but it doesn't work. And we don't have engineers here for this car. So really we're limited to the electric side of the car, which is about 100 miles. And because it's cold, it could be anywhere from like 60 to 70 miles. That is unfortunate for the testing purposes, but at least it still does some of the cool stuff. This car kind of looks like a Tesla Model 3 on the front with these headlights, the way that they go up. This is the IM Motors car, and this car, something unique about it is it can do crab walk. You can move these wheels up to 6 degrees and it can do the crab walk. And if you look at the inside, it is definitely one of the most, now we are talking. All right, you've got this steering wheel, which is kind of the, put my foot on the brake, see if it, oh yeah. Look at the steering wheel here, kind of like the Tesla ones. I'm not a fan of this, but it does look cool. I will say it is cool. How about this hyperscreen? This car cost around $50,000. Look at the touchscreen right here that's built into this middle part where you can set your phone up on this display. Has a card, like a lot. Basically, they took the Tesla card and are using that for it. And then under here, you have storage that's all under there. But this little island thing comes across, and it's very, very futuristic looking. The auto-assisted driving is very advanced inside of this car, better than most of the cars here. What in the world? What? It's like a dog. There's a dog on the back of this car. Guys, why are the Chinese cars so good? Why? I'm just trying to figure it out. This is the second video this month about Chinese cars that I've done. And this one, I just thought maybe Li Auto just made really nice cars, and that's just the way it is. Like, Li Auto's amazing, the best of the best. It turns out there are multiple Chinese auto manufacturers that if they were allowed to come into America, they could and probably would steal a lot of market share. Whoop, sorry. I just honked the horn at them. Think how much market share these cars would steal. Like, you've got that car over there, that little small boxy one that we toured earlier, that's $15,000 up to $23,000 for an electric car. So why don't we see these cars inside of America? Sorry, I keep honking the horn because it's like doesn't have a top on it. A big part of the US economy and politically is the automotive industry. Detroit specifically, you've got Ford, Chevy, Stellantis, and all of the UAW workers and unions. And historically, they are a very influential group when it comes to talking to whoever's in power, the senators, the congressmen, or even the president of the United States. You just saw that when Joe Biden was president, and he went and did a rally in Detroit and talked about how Mary Barra of GM was leading.
You changed the whole story, Mary, wherever you are. There you are. You did, Mary. You electrified the entire automobile industry. I'm serious. You led.
When in fact, Tesla was the one that was leading on the electric car front in America, but because Tesla doesn't have a union, it doesn't have UAW, they're not taking money and putting it in the pockets of these politicians. Big Auto controls a lot of what happens in America. You better believe that Big Auto is going to be threatened by cars like this, by brands like this. There's multiple brands here that I've seen that are making phenomenal cars. The tech is great and the price is low. Why do you think a lot of our products like iPhones come from China? Because we're able to make things for lower cost over there. So why wouldn't we just do that with cars? That is what has happened. The cars are low cost, they're high quality in China, and they're impossible to get in America, and they're not allowed to be sold here. And a lot of it has to do with politics and protecting American jobs. So look, I support America, I'm American, I want America to thrive, I want Americans to have good paying jobs, rather than just having a low cost alternative come into America. But American companies, can you please learn from these manufacturers and start making your cars better? And hopefully we can find some suppliers and find a way to get the parts for cheaper and the labor for cheaper in America so that we can build cars for like this in America for an economical price. That is what we need. I want a car like this in America. We need it. We totally need it. You guys would like it. You would love the tech. But right now, we just can't afford to do it. Everything is too dang expensive. The Teslas are pretty simple compared to this. They don't have a lot of the tech that a lot of these cars have. And a big reason is Elon Musk is trying to keep the cars as low cost as possible. And so when you're looking at an $80,000 Tesla Model X or Model S, it really is close to the lowest price that he can do it. Oh, what is happening? Why is this car just turning? Okay, this car is doing the turn also. It's kind of sliding, it's on a slope. They're just showing off, man. Again, this video is not sponsored by any Chinese auto manufacturer. It is not sponsored by Dcar. I have learned a ton. I've gained a lot of respect for what China is doing in the automotive industry. I would like to go to China and see more of these cars. I want to test out the full self-driving capabilities on the roads. So maybe that'll come up next. The Mercedes-Benz, the BMWs, the Volvos, the cars inside of Germany, they also are higher cost and more expensive. The new G-Wagon starts at $170,000 for the electric one. Europe and America is dealing with some of the same issues. High cost for the materials and high cost for the labor in order to build these things. And China is just having low cost materials, really fast adoption of the tech, and really low cost labor. And their cars are just amazing. Thank you to Dcar for bringing me out here and letting me see these cars. Such a cool experience. The tech is unbelievable. Whew. Time to go back home where it's a lot warmer. The good thing about being in Alaska is it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But the bad thing is, I would say, the bathrooms. This is what the bathrooms look like. Ugh. Bathrooms bad, train good. All right, this looks like a train, but it is not. This is the world's largest snowblower. I can't confirm that fact or not, but this is the biggest one I've ever seen. Supposedly, this goes on the train tracks in front of the train and spins and cuts all of this stuff up, and I don't know where it puts the snow, but You've got to have a lot of snow for this. This looks like the boring tunnel thing that Elon Musk sticks in the ground, but nah, just a snowblower in Alaska, just a normal Alaskan thing. This is the way we're guessing that it works. I'm thinking it spins around this way, throws all of the snow up the top, and spits it out of the top, and it just kind of comes down. Actually, yeah, you can see at the top, I bet it shoots up pretty fast up and hits that and just shoots it out to the side. That would be a really fun thing to sit in. I mean, look how small that windshield wiper is right there. If this wasn't like 80 years old, we could probably read that and understand what a rotary snowplow is, but there it is. What is the most Alaska thing you would see inside of your hotel lobby? We have reindeer in the lobby of the hotel. That's right. Hi, buddy. Can I touch the side of it? Right there? Okay. There we are. Oh, it's so soft. It's so warm. Is that an airplane? Airplanes. Can you be quiet, airplanes? There's just randomly airplanes flying over every few minutes. All right, I've never seen an airplane hangar open up. It opens up very slow, but it looks very cool. Woohoo! Oh, I kind of love it here. Do I need to move to Alaska?